Hi, my name is Marilyn. I'm from Germany. Please like and subscribe to Plotagon videos. I was born to parents who were rich, so rich they had several maids, chefs and drivers who worked around the clock. For me and for my crazy family. Dad was genius on the stock trading platform. And Mom was fashion designer. I loved my family, but they were so used to being spoiled. Their entire life evolved around money. When I was 7, I wanted to go camping, so Dad hired a set designer to create a camp set in our massive backyard. He also hired a weird mountain man to entertain us with stories on how to make a campfire. But my sister Cassidy, who was 2 years older than me, had her head stuck in her phone. So our camping experience eventually got boring. And soon after, as I grew up, our family hardly spoke to each other. When I was at the school, I was crowned as the computer genius. Cassidy was popular on social media, and we were both the hardest girls in school. Once when I was in 8th grade, 10 boys asked me and my sister out all at once. These boys were so lame and desperate for our liking. Cassidy and I had a checklist. The guy said we did it. The guys we dated needed to be smart, rich and hot. I wasn't worried so much about the rich part. I preferred intelligent guys, and in my school, all of them were rich. But also total smurf brains. And then one day when I was in 11th grade, a new boy joined our school and took my title of computer genius. I was kind jealous at first, but when he smiled at me, I melted, having a huge crush on him. After that, Gregory and I became an item. He drove a Ferrari and seemed much richer than my family, because he was in a mansion much bigger than I. Once when I was in the 12th grade, I decided to visit him at his house, unannounced, and when I got to his house, his parents acted very weirdly. When they finally let me in, I went to Gregory's room and found him busy with something on his computer. I thought I would surprise you. He said, "Who let you in?" And he was really angry. He said, "I hate surprises." I was so mad at him when I left, I felt like just breaking up with him. Then, when he came over to my house with flowers, he said, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have had snapped at you. Please forget me." I said, "I don't know, you acted so strange. What was more important than me?" He said, "I was actually planning a surprise trip for both of us to Thailand." I immediately forgive him. He was so romantic and obviously loved me, since he was spending so much on me. We left to Thailand just for a weekend. And my parents liked Gregory, so they also trusted him. When we were there, Gregory was romantic at first, but then he changed. When I wanted to go shopping for clothes, he asked, "Did you bring your credit card to pay for all those clothes?" I was like, "What?" I told, "But you said to take whatever you want in and you pay." He told, "Yeah, but I didn't expect it to buy the entire store." I had my credit card and managed to pay the staff. But the next day, I woke up in shock. Gregory was gone. He left a note along with the plane ticket back home. He broke up with me on a note, saying, "Nice knowing you. Goodbye." Why would he break up with me this way? When I tried calling his number, it went to voicemail. I had to gather my strength and head back home. And then find out why he just suddenly left. Could it be because of all the clothes I bought? But when I got back home, my family was on edge. Everyone was pacing up and down. And as soon as I entered, Dad rushed to me. "Meryl, where is my credit card?" He asked me. "Someone hacked all my trading accounts using my credit card, which is linked to every other account. So Meryl, you have to tell me where that credit card is," asked my dad. I was totally freaking out and tore my whole bag apart looking for that card. And then I asked Dad to take me to Gregory's house. When we got there, his mansion was empty. Oh my God. Dad, Gregory took all our money. I sighs. Dad looked at me silently. At first, I thought he was gonna blame me, since Gregory was my boyfriend. But all he did was remain quiet. But Mom and Cassidy went berserk. "We are broke because of your scamming boyfriend?" they said. How was I supposed to know he was a fraudster? I said. "He drove a Ferrari and you liked him, Mom." I asked my mom. "Yeah, I did, but still he was your boyfriend." Mom told. You should have analyzed his intentions. And then Cassidy looked at her phone and told that she needed to pay for the Wi-Fi. But Dad said anymore he doesn't pay. Dad went to office and said, I have no idea how he is going to fix this issue. I felt like everyone blamed me for this. And after 2 weeks, all away maids, chefs and drivers and garden cleaners vacated house because we couldn't pay them. Dad soon started investigating the matter, which was going to take some time. So we all have to adapt to some changes in our overly expensive lifestyle. We managed to keep the house, and since Dad paid our school fees for the entire year, Cassidy and I didn't have to change the schools, which was relief. I'm so much tired and sick that everyone in the family blaming me. That's just so much pressure. I started crying and Cassidy felt bad and apologized. Okay, I'm sorry, but our life just sucks so much right now. Somebody help. We heard Mom scream in from the kitchen. Cassidy and I ran down to the kitchen and found stove on fire. And Mom trying to put it out with the tablecloth, and it was reaching for the ceiling. While Cassidy brought a glass of water to put on the fire. And I thought of fire extinguisher and thank God was able to put out the fire. But now the entire kitchen was ruined and smoke all over the house. Got to sit outside until the smoke is gone. Common, we all sat outside the stairs and Mom was in tears, telling me how she but ended up ruining the kitchen. I guess we'll have to order food. I hope they give us some discount. Right then Dad came and all smiled. Hello everybody. Oh, did you get our money back? Mom ran to Dad, smiling like a clown. No, I found a job. I'm going back to selling insurance. And once I make good commission, I'll start trading again. And get all the money we lost. Well, Dad's plan didn't follow the way he thought. 3 months went by and we were still struggling. And only thing Dad could afford was food. So I decided it was time to get a part-time job. As a waitress. But Meryl, if you work as a waitress everyone in school will know. Yes, I know. But if I work maybe I can help Dad pay for the Wi-Fi. Cassidy immediately smiled. But she wouldn't dare try to get a job. The restaurant I worked was a classic place where all the rich and mighty dined. One day while I served a top-class bunch of businessmen, I overheard their discussion about new digital devices. I got excited and couldn't contain myself. I have plenty of new ideas for new devices. Imagine having a portable hard drive. Something almost like an iPod but with more space. That way users will be able to carry out all of their important information on one small iPod. We could even make it have a video presentation. For business meetings. After I was done babbling they looked at me stunned. Then the tall man with the big forehead was so rude. He said, "You can just get our order, please." I walked away feeling embarrassed. And then the next worst thing happened, when I waited at my next table. They were girls from my school, who envied my sister, and me all the time. And the worst of them all was Charlotte. "Wow, you work as a waiter. This might be my lucky day," she whispering. "Wait, I have to take a picture of this." "Oh Charlotte, get over yourself," I said. "I work here and earn my own money. Unlike you, a spoiled brat forever. That's no way to talk to your customers." "Where's the manager? I want to file a complaint. He is out for lunch. So, can I take your order?" It was the most dreadful day of my life. But, the next day when I went to school, everyone called me waiter girl. Since Charlotte posted my picture on Instagram. And during recess while Cassidy and I were minding our own business, Charlotte started being so annoying with her stupid minions. "We noticed that you two bring lunches to school these days. Should we open up a charity fund dedicated to the richest in the school?" annoyed Charlotte. "Shut up, Charlotte," Cassidy got her angrily clenching her fist. And I calmed her down. "Don't worry about her, Cassidy. She is just a jealous girl who has no goals. Yeah, your goal is probably a brainless peanut all your life. Since you get a big fat zeros on all your tests." Charlotte eventually left us alone. Then after school Dad picked up us in a rundown car. And Charlotte got the entire school to come and watch us get in it. She said, Where did your dad bring this from? At that point I had enough of Charlotte's farty face. So I pounced on her. And she couldn't even fight back, so I let her go. Just leave me and my family alone. Our financial life is none of our business. Dad was shocked when we got home, and he told us that his contract at work was about to end. So he sold his Land Rover and got us a scrappy car. Life was getting even worse for us. I put on my waitress cloth and got out of the house to work in extra shift. While I was in restaurant, I found my manager watching Plotagon videos. He would like Plotagon videos. There was a guy who was looking for you. He left his number, said the manager. When I called the number, a part of me was hoping it was Gregory calling to say sorry and he wanted to give us all our money back. But it wasn't. I said, "Hello, you were looking for me at the restaurant?" "Yes, our investors liked your pitch that you suddenly decided to blurt out while you were serving our table. We have an offer for you, if you could put all those ideas on paper," said the voice from there. Yes, I can. I left my extra shift, went home, and started putting ideas together for new devices. I didn't want to say anything to my family yet. I just wanted to get the offer first. The next day I met with those business people again, and I was blown out of my mind when they told me I was gonna get $100. I was on cloud nine, and I immediately signed the contract, and they even asked me to stay in contact if I had any other ideas. I couldn't believe that this was actually happening. And when I showed my family the check, we celebrated all night. "Merle, you just saved our lives. Does this mean we can get our chef back? Because I'm getting really tired of eating baked beans every day." "Not just yet. Dad needs to work on the trading platform and then maybe." I was so happy to see my family relaxed again. Cassidy wanted us to go shopping the next day, since all of our heels were starting to lose their texture. 2 pairs and that's it, right? We need to use this money wisely. Yes, I know. But what if I see the 3rd pair that I like? Cassidy, I said. Dad called us from the living room. "Merrill, you have to see this." When I went to check what he was talking about, the news was on and Gregory was handcuffed and sentenced to prison for the next 20 years. For being one of the biggest fraudsters in the city. I felt so relieved, and Dad eventually got a call from the credit card company with good news. All his money would be returned. Soon after that I completed school, got my degree in computer science, and became the next richest person in our city. And then one day I even had my own business meeting at that classy restaurant. "Can I take your order?" She was Charlotte working there. She was waitress. I didn't laugh at her. Because there's really nothing wrong with being a waitress. We all have to start somewhere if we want to make it.